Hi everyone, I've been reading the latest NDIS reform materials, and to make sure all families understand what's happening, I've made this video to explain the upcoming NDIS changes, including what we know about the new Thriving Kids arrangements. This information is relevant to all NDIS participants, with a special focus on 0 to 8-year-olds in early intervention, our area of work. I will distill the announcements into plain language and break it down into a clear timeline so you can see the real, practical impacts on your child's plan and supports. What I will cover, what is changing, and when those changes are supposed to happen. How the changes affect eligibility and funding. And finally, what you can do now. Everyone on the NDIS will benefit from this information, so please feel welcome to share it with other families. So, in short, the government is changing how the NDIS decides who gets supports, how plans are assessed, and how they are paid, and how some early childhood services are delivered. These changes will be rolled out in stages between now and 2030. Some children considered to have more mild to moderate developmental delays and permanent disabilities will move to a new state-based program called Thriving Kids, while children with severe permanent disabilities will remain eligible for the NDIS under the new rules. So please take comfort in that Dot's model is designed to support both groups of children. Whether your child continues with the NDIS or transitions to Thriving Kids, Dot works as a team and provides services that meet the national guidelines. Although we are still waiting to hear how our state, Victoria, plans to implement Thriving Kids. So firstly, the timeline. The 2026 to 27 budget. The government will introduce the National Disability Insurance Scheme Amendment, named Securing the NDIS for Future Generations, after the budget is announced. The direct impact will be that the policy change pathway will begin, so there will be legal changes that will alter access, reassessment, and NDIS plan rules. There will be uncertainty during drafting. There may be some delays in decisions and perhaps some confusion until details and transition rules are finalised and published. So 7 days after royal assent of the amended bill, there will be tighter criteria for unscheduled plan reassessments. So the impact will be that there will be fewer unscheduled NDIS plan reassessments. So it is unlikely you'll be able to have your NDIS plan reassessed, even if you feel the funds are insufficient. Those with significant change in their needs will be able to request plan variations, but evidence requirements will be higher. In July 2026, there will be changes to NDIS claims and payment systems. These will begin and continue the rollout until the end of 2030. The direct impact will be that payments and claims become more digital and auditable. There'll be faster detection of incorrect claims. There may be potential short-term delays while everyone adapts. High evidence will be expected. You may be asked for clearer service records or receipts to support payments, especially if you're self-managing the NDIS funding. On the 1st of October 2026, there will be progressive reductions to NDIS budgets for social, civic, and community participation, as well as capacity building daily activities. Thriving Kids rollout of state services also begins at the start of October. The direct impact will be that some people will see reduced budgets for social community participation and daily capacity supports. Children aged 8 and under with low to moderate developmental delay or autism, or have low to moderate permanent disabilities, will begin moving to Thriving Kids rather than NDIS funded models. People with permanent and significant disability will remain eligible for the NDIS. On the 1st of February 2027, there will be tighter assessments of reasonable and necessary supports. These will begin for everyone under the NDIS. This includes for new entrants, when you have a reassessment, or a plan renewal. The direct impact will be that new entrants and those renewing plans will face stricter assessment tests and more standardized evidence. Some supports may be reduced or reclassified if they no longer meet the tightened reasonable and necessary test. On the 1st of April 2027, people will begin to transition to the new NDIS framework planning. This framework features standardized functional assessments, a new budget assessment method, and the end of automatic plan rollovers with tighter reassessment criteria. The direct impact will be that NDIS access decisions will shift from diagnosis to standardized functional assessments. Reports must show functional impact, not just diagnosis. NDIS budgets will be recalculated under a new supports needs method. Some people may see increases, others reductions, depending on the assessed functional need. NDIS fund plans will not automatically roll over. Everyone's NDIS plan will be reassessed under the new framework, and funds will not be rolled over. There will be greater clarity, but more documentation. You will need clear evidence of goals and progress. If you want to know more about this, please speak with your key worker, as this is already included in your current supports. In July 2027, there is expansion of NDIS provider registration. This means all providers will need to be registered by the end of 2030. The direct impact will be that more providers must be registered or enrolled to improve safeguards and ensure clearer provider accountability. Possible short-term service disruption may occur as some small or unregistered providers transitions or exits the NDIS. You may need to change providers. At we are eagerly waiting to find out how to register under this new system. We have been registered before and are willing to register again. On the 1st of October 2027, all NDIS plan management services will begin transitioning to a commissioned panel of NDIS approved plan managers over a 6-month period. So this means plan manager choices may be limited. You may need to change to a commissioned plan manager. There will be tighter invoice and evidence checks. You may need to provide clearer receipts and service records to use plan manager funds. There will be potential disruption while these changes occur over the 6-month transition period. On the 1st of January 2028, Thriving Kids is expected to be at scale. There will be set boundaries between NDIS and state-based systems, and this will apply to all people seeking supports. If you're already receiving supports, you may already have been reassessed over the transition period. So the direct impact is that young people with low to moderate delays and permanent disabilities will primarily access state Thriving Kids services rather than NDIS supports. New NDIS applicants will face new boundary rules. Some people who previously would have entered the NDIS may be directed to mainstream state services. Existing people will be reassessed over time to determine continued NDIS eligibility under the new boundaries. On the 1st of July 2028, support coordination becomes a commissioned panel of service providers with a standardized service model. The direct impact will be that support coordination will be delivered by a set number of contracted, approved NDIS providers with a standardized expectation and outcome. There'll be more consistent support coordination. There'll be clearer focus on linking you to mainstream services and building NDIS participant independence. You may be moved to a new support coordinator as the commission panel is implemented. By the end of 2030, NDIS provider registration will be complete. The claims and payment systems will have been fully rolled out. The direct impact will be that all providers will be registered or enrolled under the graduated risk model, so stronger long-term safeguards and oversight. The payments and claims will operate on the new digital platform with improved integrity, with ongoing requirements for clear evidence and standardized invoicing. By this point, you will have completed the transition steps, receiving supports under the new planning framework. You'll have updated plan management and updated support coordination and possible therapy provider changes. What this means for your child in plain language. Children with high permanent support needs will continue with the NDIS through reassessment and funding budgets will change. Children under 9 with mild to moderate delays and disabilities are likely to move to Thriving Kids. The Thriving Kids Advisory Group recommended a service delivery model that matches perfectly with what we do at Dot to Dot, which is great news. However, the Victorian Government has not yet informed us on how it will be implemented. We will provide you with updates as we learn them. Dot to Dot is designed to support children across both NDIS and Thriving Kids pathways, with services adjusted to suit your child's funding and goals. So, practical steps you can take now. As we do at Dot to Dot, focus on your child's abilities in daily life. Work with your Dot to Dot key worker to include your child's functional needs in their FSSP, their Family Services Support Plan. It is more important than ever that you score their abilities carefully at the beginning and at every goal review meeting to measure your child's progress. Watch and wait for information about Thriving Kids services in your state. Speak with your Dot to Dot key worker if any concerns arise, and we will do our very best to help. So, we know change brings uncertainty, and we are committed to walking alongside your family. Our key workers and ability to work as a team ensures continuity, coordination, and adaptability, and our services will continue to be shaped around your child. You're not navigating this alone.